I'll make that motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
How much?
1 million.
1 million?
1 million. Okay, Mr. DeLucre has put forward a motion to use an additional $1 million in surplus in this year's budget. Had a motion and a second. Any discussion?
Well, I'd like to know how much we have to do in fund balance next year.
3.5 million, 3,550,000. 2,550,000 now, 1 more million. It's 3,550,000.
That you have to make up next year before you start.
3.5, and we'd add 1.8.
Yeah.
So you'd have to raise another 1.7. Okay, roll call.
You? I am not willing to sacrifice next year's budget for another minimal decrease this year. No, I'm voting no.
McClay?
Taking everything under consideration that I heard here tonight, I think a $1 million additional use of surplus would decrease the tax rate somewhere around 3 cents? Somewhere around there, maybe a little more? Right. And that would leave a pretty decent surplus, and with any reserves from the end of this year added to that, I'm going to vote yes. I believe it's time taxpayers get some tax relief.
Withers?
As I said in the beginning of the budget talks, I believe there's about 1.7, 1.8 there we can work with, so I'm definitely, I will definitely agree to at least the 1 million. I don't think it's being reckless. I too think it's a good idea, and it leaves us in a position to be responsible for next year. So I vote yes.
DeLucre?
Well, I'm voting yes, and I also want to point out the characterization of this being minimal relief is kind of ironic when council members have, in the very recent past, expressed grave concern about the impacts of a perhaps 10-cent a plastic bag fee. People are paying a lot of money in taxes. There are a lot of people out of work, have been out of work. There's a lot of people who can't afford anymore what it costs to live in Brigantine. This isn't going to solve all their problems, but I also don't believe that it is going to create the problems that we are being told will be created for next year's budget either. So, yes.
Sarah?
I don't ever claim to be an expert in the budget. You know, I'm going through this process. It's a learning process for me too. One of the things I do is trust in our professionals. What I've heard tonight is that by adding an extra $1 million, you're not really giving money back to the taxpayers. You're actually voting for a tax increase next year, which kind of makes sense. We had tax increases before, and now you have the same people voting for tax increases again. So I vote no.
Simpson?
Basically, Vince is right. All we're doing is voting for a tax increase for next year. It's irresponsible. Take that line from Rick. It's ironic that they raised the taxes for 2 years and we give them a tax decrease and they're all upset about it. No political stuff here. It's absolutely ridiculous. We have to do a conservative budget, and I think we have that in our hands right now, so I'm voting no.
Gunther?
Well, what it boils down to is you have an opportunity to create a stable tax environment for the future, or you can have a budget gimmick in an election year that gives a false decrease to taxpayers in 1 year. But taxpayers are smarter than that. Same people who gave you tax increases for 2 years are now telling you they're going to give you a tax decrease, which means you're getting an increase in the following year. Look at the track record. They saved $70,000 by letting go a full-time CFO, and it cost you over $1 million in taxes that were collected and appropriations that were not accounted for. So I am for stabilizing our taxes, having a multi-year budget, giving the taxpayers a decrease that is based on sound financial management, not gimmicks. And I understand the political process, and I understand the motivation for doing it, but it is not what is right for taxpayers for the future. Therefore, I'm voting no.
Motion defeated.
At this time, we need a motion to approve the 2016 budget.
We have that.
Okay. Then we need roll call on the motion to approve the 2016 budget.
View,
For all of my previously stated reasons, I'm voting yes.
McClay,
Well, if I can't get a tax increase, I'll settle for the 1.1 cent tax rate decrease, and I vote yes.
Withers,
I'm going to pass for right now.
DeLucre,
Taking note that the 2.5, which is proposed to be taken from the historically unprecedented 5.3, is just conveniently enough money to create a small tax decrease. That strikes me as political posturing and pandering of the worst kind. Throw the people some crumbs. Absolutely no.
Sarah,
It's funny, a lot of our discussion tonight really comes down to people trying to prove who's right. I've learned a long time ago, it's not about being right, it's about getting it right. It's about making tough decisions, and you make those tough decisions because they're right for the people, they're right for the future. And I tell you now, there's not a decision I make up here that's ever about myself. I try to listen to every comment that's made. I try to listen to our professionals, our department heads, and do what I believe to be right. And I'll tell you, one of the things I am very grateful for is our professionals, is the passion that they show for this job and the caring that they have for our community. And you see that right down through our department heads. The success that we have in the city, the budget that we have in the city is a direct result of their hard work. And I'm very proud of every single one of them and every single employee in this city. So I vote yes.
Simpson,
Well, I have to agree with my council partner here, Vince. We don't do this for ourselves. If so, I could have voted for that $1 million decrease, and I could have saved thousands and thousands of dollars over the 2016 with properties I own in Brigantine. So it has to be stabilized. That's way, me and the mayor, when back in 13, we were just trying to stabilize the taxes. So we just, if we're going to have an increase, it's not going to be a killer increase. I can't believe we're even arguing over giving a tax decrease. I don't know if it's the first time in Brigantine, but it's, you know, what's happening over the bridge, I think they would want to take a page out of our book. So I'm voting yes.
Mayor Gunther,
This is one of the most bizarre budget processes that I've ever been through. And I've been through many, as you know. We have a tax decrease. We have the ability to be on a very sound financial footing going forward. And we have the ability to do that in an environment that is rather unstable in our area. So, you know, I am very impressed by the financial staff that we have. This is the first budget Roxanne has really done with us, and I appreciate your efforts and all the information that you put together. And one of the things that it's so important, it's been said so many times, the only way you can make an informed decision as a policymaker on this body and as a manager during the budget year is to have numbers that you can rely on when you're operating the city under the budget that's been approved. Those numbers are crucial. If you're going to use data to make decisions, it has to be accurate data. Also, we have, I believe, the best auditor in the state of New Jersey who really has, without a doubt, the experience, the breadth of experience, not only in years, but the number of communities that he's been involved in. So, his advice, I think, is the gold standard for us in terms of making sure that we head on a path that is secure for the future. And I've worked with Leon over the years. If he thinks you're not on the right path, he will tell you. And he will let you know directly if, in fact, a budget is not what it should be for the future. And Ed Stinson, with his first budget this year, has already developed an understanding of the financial aspect of the city that's going to be crucial going forward. It's something that is very complicated. For council members, it's very complicated. There are a lot of moving parts, and changes in any one area will impact that budget year, but also future budget years. So it's not a topic or a process that is easily understood, even by the people who are working on it, much less the taxpayers who have to fund it. It is something that takes a lot of study and certainly a lot of explanation. So I would offer this. With the financial team that is in place, with the council members you have serving, you have a question about the budget, please feel free to ask, and we'll find out the answer. If we don't have it directly, we'll go to the professional staff. They're more than willing to sit down with taxpayers to explain exactly what all of this means. But the good news is we have a tax decrease this year of 1.1 cents, and you won't see a lot of that in communities. You may see some that are at a zero, and perhaps I know of one other that is going down, but I think that's quite an accomplishment in this economy to have a decrease. So I'm voting yes.
Withers?
I'm glad I got to hear everybody's comments because it does weigh on me. I do agree with Vince and Andy for the aspect that I do believe in doing what's right, not what's right for yourself. I don't believe in doing what's right for the individual. So many times in my life, I do what's right, and it's not necessarily the best thing for me. However, that being said, I do believe there were issues post-Sandy that the taxpayers absorbed. I do believe it's time to get back to them. This has nothing to do, all due respect, Mayor, with the political year.
Yes,
People that know me better than that. That being said, although I would love to give a 1.1 cent tax return back to the taxpayers, I do believe we could do better than that. And by no means is this any reflection on the work that these gentlemen and ladies have done. And I respect all you guys too. You know that has nothing to do with that, but I have to do my job. I do believe that the 1.1 cent is not enough. Like I said, based on what I think, and I don't think it's reckless, is the 1.78. We're looking at a 5.5 cent. Councilman DeLucre recommended a 1 million, which is based on a 3 cent. I think we can do better than a 1.1. Based on that, I vote no.
Motion carried.
Okay, thank you. Leon, you want to stay for the cash management plan, or have you heard quite enough?
No, I'm staying for that one.
Okay. Next, we move to Resolution 2016-78, the cash management plan. We have a motion and a second, please.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, Roxanne or Leon, you want to explain
Okay,
the cash management plan?
Yeah, we're required by the state to submit a plan that outlines our guidelines for disbursements and investments, and basically that's what I have before you. I went back, and I guess the last time one of these plans that I could find was approved was back in 2014. I've taken the liberty to update it for things that I thought were important. Mostly I expanded the investment section, and that is basically all terminology directly from the statutes. Just in case, I'm not saying we're going to be making these outside investments because I don't see at this point that it's a viable thing for us to do, but I thought that I'd start updating the policies of what we're allowed to invest in. But there isn't a whole lot of other changes. I've indicated the designation of depository, which were not indicated in the last cash management plan. And I've also taken the liberty to expand a little bit on disbursements of the things that pop up in between council meetings, to say that we all know we're obligated to do our debt, pay our debt service, our payroll, God bless you, tax payments, and to the county and school insurance premiums. They're all pretty much standard things, but I feel better when I know that council has given me the authority to make those payments in between the actual council meetings when necessary. I've also added a line that says you also allow between the city manager and myself, anytime that we see that there's something that's, because technically we shouldn't be paying for anything that's not on the bill list, but sometimes during operations, I think you heard me say this and the first time I spoke to you, crap happens and things have to get paid. There are electric bills, there are things that need to be paid that are in the best interest of the city. And I just felt it was important that we add the verbiage in there that we would both have to approve. They would be on the bill list the next time, but it would give me the authority to make the payments of things. Like John goes and gets registrations for his vehicles in between council meetings, it's $30, it's $60. Instead of taking out a petty cash, we could cut a check for it. We're not talking about, you know, things that you haven't already approved. They're contracts that you'd have to approve or that have been approved. But I felt it was necessary to at least outline that in the plan. Other than that, everything else is pretty much the way it's always been. And like I said, this just gives us the way that we're supposed to operate our disbursements and our investments.
Roxanne, does this have to be done every year?
Yes,
So we'll have another resolution next year?
you'll have another
And
resolution.
is this the first year we're adopting this?
No, the last one you did was in 2014. I didn't find anything for 2015, and normally, this is a little late. Normally, it's probably in January that you do these things. I guess I had assumed last year it was already done. And then when I start looking and catching up with things, I realized it hadn't been done. But you should expect this sometime in January on a routine basis.
Okay.
Great. Okay, any further questions on or discussion? Seeing none, could we have roll call, please?
View,
Yes.
McLean.
Yes.
Withers,
Yes.
DeLucre.
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
Simpson,
Yes.
Mayor Gunther.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right, we have tabled item 12, and we'll move to 13. Resolution 2016-79, insertion of special item of revenue, 2016 Sustainable Jersey Grant of $2,000. Can I have a motion and second, please? Thank you, Leah.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
I'll second.
Okay, any discussion?
I'm pretty familiar with this. If you'd like, I could let you know that this is a grant that the Green Team applied for, and it's going to help in
Thanks,
an
Roxanne.
education and awareness campaign in regards to our new recycling carts. So hopefully, I'll get a chance to sit down with John Doring and Karen View and a few other people from the Green Team.
Chuck.
And we could,
Hold on,
and we
Kim.
could come up with planning for the
Great.
spending of this grant.
Chuck, could I ask you, could you, thanks. Thank you. We'll be in the public portion, just let us get through the resolutions, okay?
Back in about 3
Thank.
hours.
Thank you, Chuck. All right, Lisa, you finished?
If you heard me, I'm finished.
Okay,
Did you hear it? You guys hear it?
okay. I don't think Conrad heard it, but there'll be a transcript later. That's- Thank you. You want to repeat it for Conrad?
Okay, the Green Team participates in a program called Sustainable Jersey, and now that we're a bronze level certification, which means we're reaching sustainability, we're heading in that direction, because we're certified, we get priority on certain types of grants. So this will help the Green Team with some of their education, awareness, education on recycling. And the fact that we went into the agreement with the ACUA for the carts, that kind of looked good when I submitted the grant, so we have $2,000 to spend. And we're going to come up with a plan, the Green Team, Karen, John, on how we're going to utilize these funds. Okay?
Great.
And we'll
Thank
keep you in the loop, Ed. You'll know what's going on. It's only $2,000.
Okay. Could we have roll call, please?
View,
Yes.
McClay,
Yes.
Withers,
Yes.
Palufree,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Mayor Gunther,
Yes.
motion carried.
Okay, next is Resolution 2016-80, award of contract for food and beverage at the Brigantine Golf Links. And this would be awarded to the Cove at Brigantine Beach LLC based on their proposal. Have a motion and a second, please.
So moved.
Second.
Ed, do you want to describe
The Cove?
the terms?
Thank you, Mayor. This is a 2-year contract with an option, at the city's option, for 2 additional 1-year extensions. The Cove at Brigantine Beach, their proposals submits a monthly fee of $1,500 for the balance of 2016 and a 5% revenue share. And then in 2017, that monthly fee goes up to $1,800 and the revenue share stays at 5%.
Great. And this is obviously the operators of the Cove restaurant in Brigantine, Jack Shorg and his group who would be operating the food and beverage at the Brigantine Golf Links.
Yes, it is, Mayor.
Great. Okay. Any further discussion? Seeing none, could we have roll call, please?
View,
Yes.
McClay,
Yes.
Withers,
Yes.
Palufree,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
Simpson,
Yes.
Mayor Gunther,
I'm going to vote yes, and I want to congratulate Jack and the Cove on securing the contract and also letting them know that it makes us feel good that a Brigantine business will be operating the links, and we're looking forward to a great relationship and a great product and golf experience for everyone coming to the Brigantine Golf Links. So thank you, Jack, for putting the proposal in. Yes.
motion carried.
Open for breakfast tomorrow? Just kidding.
You buying? Oh, just kidding.
Okay, Resolution 2016-81, the tonnage grant application. Have a motion and a second, please.
So moved.
Second.
John, you want to talk about the application?
No.
Just the standard to apply?
Yeah.
Very good. Could we have roll call, please?
View,
Yes.
McClay,
Yes.
Withers,
Yes.
Palufree,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
Simpson,
Yes.
Mayor Gunther,
Yes.
motion carried.
Okay, Resolution 2016-82, authorization to reject and rebid the emergency generator at the city, Brigantine City Fire Department and Police Station. Could I have a motion second, please?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Ed, do you want to describe the reason for rejecting the bid?
Yes, Mayor. We spoke about this a little bit earlier this evening. went out to bid for a new generator at the fire department. The bids came in over budget by roughly $70,000 plus. The engineer spoke with the vendor or the bidders and came up with some ideas on restructuring of the plans, redesign of the plans that should save some money, and is recommending that we go back out to bid with the revised plans.
Ed, the changes that you allude to, tell us generally what kind of changes are they proposing to make? Is it going to be any decrease to the power, the output, the life of the generator?
No, it does not change the significant parts of the bid, obviously. The generator size is going to be the generator size. It's some modifications to the platform, some modifications to the site work, things like that.
Okay.
Okay, could we have roll call, please?
View,
Yes.
McLeod,
Yes.
Withers,
Yes.
Delivery,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
Simpson,
Yes.
Mayor Gunther,
Yes.
motion carried.
Okay, Resolution 2016-83 is a construction permit refund for roof diagnostic solar and electric. Could I have a motion and a second, please?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Okay, seeing none, could we have roll call, please?
View,
Yes.
McLeod,
Yes.
Withers,
Yes.
Delivery,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
Simpson,
Yes.
Mayor Gunther,
Yes.
motion carried.
Okay, Resolution 2016-84 is the authorized contacts for the Atlantic County Joint Insurance Fund and excess professional liability. What's the P stand for, Ed? EPL helpline, employee helpline, I guess.
Maybe Mike.
Practice, employment practice line, probably. Okay,
Oh, there it is right there.
all right, and we have, yes, it is, employment practices liability coverage. And this is naming Ed Stinson and Molly O'Neill? We have motion and second, please.
I think we have.
Second.
Just one question, Fred. Does this, do these designations carry with them any additional stipend, compensation, or anything?
No, they do not.
All right.
No, the two that currently hold it, one has retired, one is about to retire.
Okay, can we have roll call, please?
View,
Yes.
McLeod,
Yes.
Withers,
Yes.
Delivery,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
Simpson,
Yes.
Mayor Gunther,
Yes.
motion carried.
Resolution 2016-85 is award of contract for concrete testing for the streetscape project. And this is awarded to Test Well Craig?
Craig testing.
Craig Testing.
Craig.
Can we have a motion and a second, please?
So moved.
Second.
And the amount of that is $13,000?
11,000.
Okay, any discussion?
Is this the first time the city has ever had to hire a concrete testing company that you are aware of?
Pretty much, yeah. I don't recall in recent history hiring one. That's correct. This is the
like a practice
significant,
for the county?
it's because it's in the county right of way. All the work is in the county right of way. Yes.
Ed, could I ask you, from an engineering standpoint, what exactly does that entail, testing the concrete?
So they do a slump test. Then they do cylinders, and they compress, they break the cylinders at 7 days, at 14 days, 21 days, and 28 days. So it's a compressive strength test on the cylinders, and it's a slump test in the field.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, can we have a roll call, please?
View,
Yes.
McLeod,
Yes.
Withers,
Yes.
Delivery,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
Simpson,
Yes.
Mayor Gunther,
Yes.
motion carried.
Okay, Resolution 2016-86 is award of professional service contract for Living Shoreline additional survey work. We have a motion and a second, please?
So Second.
Ed, anything you want to add to that?
Mayor, briefly, this is a contract, a professional services contract that was awarded to Remington, Burnick, and Wahlberg engineers to prepare the design, the permitting, and the construction management for our Living Shoreline project, which is partially funded through a National Fish and Wildlife Foundation grant. The project requires DEP permitting. The DEP has required additional survey work that was beyond Remington and Vernick's original scope of work, and the net difference is an increase of 4,300.
Okay. Could we have roll call, please?
View,
Yes.
McLeod.
Yes.
Withers,
Yes.
DeLucre,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
Simpson,
Yes.
Mayor Gunther,
Yes.
motion carried.
Okay, resolution 2016-87, award of tax exemption for 100% permanently disabled. Could we have a motion and a second, please?
So moved.
Second.
Could we have roll call, please?
View,
Yes.
McLeod.
Yes.
Withers,
Yes.
DeLucre,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Mayor Gunther,
Yes.
motion carried.
All right, on the consent agenda, we have the Cape Atlantic Coalition for Health Skin Cancer Screening request, the Brigantine PBA Lieutenant Bill O'Brien Memorial Bicycle Rodeo request, the Amateur Radio Club Field Day event, the Marine Mammal Stranding Center Run for the Animals request, the Green Team Citywide Yard Sale request, and the Philadelphia Outrigger Canoe Club request. Could we have a motion and a second, please?
So moved.
Second.
Could we have roll call?
View,
Yes. Oh, did you skip over the yard sale?
No, we mentioned that.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Oh, God.
McLeod,
Yes.
Withers,
Yes.
DeLucre,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
Simpson,
Yes.
Mayor Gunther,
Yes.
motion carried.
Okay. This is what Connie has been sitting here all this time, waiting. So why don't we start with
Connie.
Connie? All right, the Brigantine Art Walk. It's usually better live than on television, so we appreciate you being here.
I'm Connie Pyatt in Carr. I'm a local photographer in Brigantine. And what I'm proposing is to have a Brigantine art walk, which we would have local artists, musicians, crafters in the business district and make the seawall, the lighthouse district. And I'm proposing that we have it weekly on a Friday night, 5 to 8. And we would set up along the sidewalk, and I spoke to merchants in the area. Everyone's supportive. The Brigantine Chamber of Commerce is supportive. I have everybody support local artists. I have quite a few that want to participate. And what I'm asking them to do is we can showcase our work, and if they want, we can sell the work also. And I'm asking if the participants do sell their work, that we contribute a portion of it to a local Brigantine charity. It will help the merchants bring in more foot traffic to the area, keep the visitors that come in weekly. The reason I'm proposing to have it weekly is because vacationers, a lot of vacationers will come in, for the week and leave. So I thought it would be good, to have it on a weekly basis and keep them maybe on the island on a Friday night and have them something to do. Bring more of the arts into Brigantine. I know we have the Brigantine Cultural Arts, which is great, and this would just, kind of accent what they already have here. So that's, and I have, if I need to have insurance, Brigantine Chamber of Commerce said that they would go and back me for that. So I don't need any money from you.
That's a,
Don't have to put it on your budget or anything. I'm trying to do this as simple as I can, and just,
I think it sounds like a wonderful idea. And I'm sure it would go over very well. It would complement, especially what we're doing with the Central Business District, with the streetscaping that hopefully will be completed, the majority of it, at least by the middle of June, have everything up and running. And I appreciate you coming forward. You're signing on for additional work, but it shows how much you...
I'm really committed to this, and
I think it's a great
really-
idea. Great
I
idea.
want it to work, and I think
Connie,
it'll be good.
I have a question.
Yes.
Are you going to rotate the location? Like
That I
maybe
would like to-
1 week have it in the Lighthouse District location, and then another week down in the Central Business District?
Yes, I would like to rotate it, have it, if I can, the seawall 1 week, and what I figure we could have it set up between the benches so it wouldn't interfere with
a great
the foot
idea.
traffic on the seawall, and then have it 1 week, the business district, and then over by Alversa's and the little coffee, Italian coffee place. So,
That's great. I would just ask you coordinate with the city manager and Public Works and Police Department so everybody knows where it is. And I'm sure the chamber will do a great job of getting the word out.
yes,
Yeah.
he sent me an email today, and they're fully supportive of it. And the local artists in the area have been they're all excited about it.
Fred, should we do a resolution to approve it? And then,
There's a voice
No.
one. There you go, Fred. You sit there. I'll
Well-
take care of this.
Fred, is there a way to do this? I think, Connie, it's a wonderful idea, and everybody's certainly up here is supportive of it, and I'm sure it's going to be a big hit. Just in terms of formally what you might need council to do, I'll ask Fred. Having heard a description now of the proposed project, what is it, do you think, that she might need or they might need from us formally beyond an expression of support and cooperation?
So beyond the expression of support, the only thing that I could think of is, and I do not know the answer to this without looking at it, do we have any provisions in the code that deal with the utilization of the public right-of-way? And I don't know the answer to that.
Some of it is on the county road, maybe
A county issue.
discussion with the
It may very well make sense for council to do a voice vote in support of, and then give your staff a few days to take a look at it, and we will work with these folks to make sure this gets done in an orderly way, so that when you go out there, you know everything's covered.
Okay.
okay. So we need a motion to approve the artist walk for the 2016 summer season.
So,
You'll give us the dates?
Yes, I wanted to, I have all the dates in my proposal, but I'll send that again. I was
Okay.
thinking of, I'm planning, what I planned was like June 17th to start it.
Okay.
so moved.
All right.
Ed, do you think the streetscape project will be finished by June 17th?
Within the area where Connie's talking about, I believe they're talking between 14 and 12.
Yes.
We expect that
That should be finished.
certainly the concrete should be done.
Okay. Trying to get you out of here with an approval. All right, we had a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Very good. Congratulations and thank you, Connie.
Thank you for waiting.
Oh, thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Okay, next item on the discussion is the 26th Street crosswalk. Ed?
Thank you, Mayor. We've received concerns, residents' concerns about the crosswalk at 26th Street. And Council, you may recall authorizing a street diet study about a month or so ago. I have taken the complaints to the county engineer. There aren't the warrants, there aren't accidents that would warrant a traffic light. So the county has come back to us with really what we've done, with that center pedestrian safe way at that location. That's about all the county is going to be doing. we authorized, you authorized the street diet study. I suspect at the end of that study, the recommendation will be to reduce that 2 lanes in each direction down to 1 lane. One of the reasons, one of the benefits for that, quite honestly, will be pedestrian safety. So I think that's going to come, but I wanted you all to be aware so that if you do hear concerns, because we have Shark Park there, we have the flea market, all of that occurs there, that really we're into the street diet study, and when that concludes, I think we'll have recommendations for that.
I'd like to ask Chief Bennett too, with the warmer weather and people beginning to use the crosswalks, is there any plan? I know you probably put it in your article for education purposes, but is there anything that the officers do?
Yeah, Mayor. Typically, once we get into the warmer weather and when baseball season starts, our officers are there more often. As you know, we're up pretty much at full staffs now, so we can dedicate more people to the traffic stuff. So overall, you're going to see more officers in that area. As every one of you have probably seen at some point or another, they're running radar, often right at the field. And it serves 2 purposes, not just for the speeders, but we also watch for the pedestrian violations in the summertime. So we'll be ready.
Chief, was the signage and the painting on the crosswalks all in good shape there?
For now, yes. As Ed and Johnny both know, as the season goes on, they'll invariably, the knockdown signs will get knocked over. But the signage that are up on the metal poles and the painting and everything is fine. Okay. There's no problem at all, knowing that there's a pedestrian area in front of you.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Next, you have, Ed, some interest in more horseback riding on the beach?
Mayor, we received a request to extend the allowance for horseback riding through the month of April. Currently, it expires March. They're asking if because the weather has been so nice, if we would extend, if council would consider extending it through the end of April.
Any conflicts with, John, or do you see any conflicts with fishing or anything going on? No, sir. It's a pretty small number, right, of horses?
Usually about 6.
So the process then, I believe that's set up by ordinance, so we'd have to do a resolution to extend it if council is of a mind to do that, and then Fred would clean it up later?
Yeah, but is it ordinance and we're just extending it by what, 4 weeks?
Yes.
Oh,
For 1 year.
about
Yep.
10 days.
We have done this in the past.
Okay.
Similar things.
All right, so we've had that request. Any concerns by council members? I need a motion and a second to extend horseback riding on the beach until the end of April.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Okay. Any further discussion? Seeing none, could we have roll call?
Pugh?
Yes.
McClay?
Yes.
Withers?
Yes.
DeLucia?
Yes.
Sarah?
Yeah.
Horseback riding.
Horseback riding.
Yes.
Simpson?
Yes.
Mayor Gunther?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay. At this point, I'm going to open the meeting for public comment.
Mayor, if I could, I'm sorry.
Yeah, good.
Just a late ad. I just wanted to bring council up to date on the streetscape project, and it is looking like we will start next week, or the contractor will start next week. We have a meeting tomorrow with the local businesses and the contractor to go over the project, go over the construction, ask those type questions, give you businesses an opportunity to hear from the contractor, and then looking at Monday, Tuesday of next week to start.
Great. Thank you, Ed. Chuck?
Chuck Herberman, 321 6th Street South. I got to talk to Roxanne for a minute. Something that is on her radar screen to approach the council is mid-year review of budgets. Not only is that a good idea that you can review the budget in September and readdress these issues, Leon did not want to talk to me when I tried to grab him about the issue of mid-year review of budgets, and he barked at me that the tax rate has to be set in concrete tonight. I don't know that the tax rate is set in concrete if you guys do a mid-year review of the budget and decide now you want to give another $1 million out because the budget is going so well. So you have 6 months from now, you can revisit the whole taxation issue. Look, counsel, 4 good cases that you didn't know about, could you blow the budget pretty easily? These people have done an awful lot of work on labor rates. The department heads have been outstanding in what they've provided to everybody. These accountants have worked really hard and are very knowledgeable, but you could get 4 large lawsuits, I'm just guessing, and the legal budget would be blown and you could substantially go over the legal budget. Is that a correct statement?
As much as Fred charges.
I have to work hard to find clients that I charge less than you, but I'm happy to be here.
Sure sounds that way.
Yeah, especially at this hour. If that's a theoretical question, I can give you a theoretical answer, yes.
If 4 huge lawsuits came along, I'm not asking you what.
Theoretically, yes. You would be doing that, and that would then, in my experience, get picked up at the time of budget transfers.
Okay, so all this great studying of all the overtime and all the expenses, nobody raised the issue of if the legal department goes over budget, which could happen very quickly with some large lawsuits that we're not aware of at this time. But I clearly think that having a mid-year review of the budget and adjusting it is a proper thing, since this is such a hot ticket item with you people. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chuck. Shirley?
Shirley Morgan, and I live at the famous Cloisters. My question is, did you see the article? According to the Philadelphia Inquirer, the Cloisters is considered affordable housing. And it has the mayor and Ed Stinson as the ones that promoted that. My question, it's twofold. How did that happen? And my second,
as well.
Well, I'm going to show this to you. My second thing is, if we're affordable housing, do we get compensated by the state or city?
Is that in the Philadelphia Inquirer article, or is that posted from another source?
Inquirer.
Right.
Because our friends live in Philly.
Right.
But it's also on Facebook. So they want to know if we're entitled to food stamps. I don't want food stamps, but we'll take compensation.
Shirley, what's your address? Because we'll be moving some people in with you.
Right. And I have no idea. This is the first I'm seeing this, and of course, if you look at the editorializing of that.
But it was in the Inquirer. I would not go by.
Is the author's name there?
No, it's from the website.
Can you search it on the Inquirer and find out who the author is? And
That I don't know, but our friends actually live in the Cloisters as well.
Yeah. Tell them to relax. They apparently have houses in Stone Harbor listed that are over $500,000 as affordable housing as well. Right.
So does that mean we don't get compensated?
No, you don't get compensated.
Anything you see on there.
Good question.
Right.
You're getting 1.1 cent tax decrease.
Thank
all we
you
can give.
very much.
Thank you. John?
John Livesey, 214 37th Street South, first floor. Here as the coordinator of the Municipal Alliance, I just want to point out 2 dates because there may be some confusion coming out soon. June 11th of this year is a Hooked on Fishing event hosted by the Fish and Wildlife Commission and I believe the Sheriff's Department. That's June 11th. It's a free fishing day, and it's going to be a Hooked on Fishing. Quite honestly, I'm not sure where Brigantine's going to go with that. But anywhere in the state of New Jersey, if you have children or if you'd like to go fishing, freshwater fishing, any place with a license, they're waiving the license for that day. So it's a free fishing day, and there is a youth fishing contest that's going on. We have our event here, Brigantine Municipal Alliance hosts a Hooked on Fishing event, and that is, as the council's already approved, July 16th. I just want to put those two dates out there so there's not too much confusion. I know there's going to be an event on June 11th at Lake Lenape. But as far as here in Brigantine, we're not really required to have a license to fish, in salt water. So we may not get that involved this year with that event. But it is a free fishing day. If anybody wants to go, to a lake or stream and fish, there won't be any license required, and that's June 11th. Brigantine's event is July 16th.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.
Any other public comment? You see none, I'm going to end the public portion. Are there any council comments?
I do have a few announcements. We approved tonight on the consent agenda a permit-free citywide yard sale for the entire Memorial Day weekend, which would be May 28th, 29th, and 30th. You do not need to get a permit for that yard sale for 3 days. And the green team is going to coordinate and collect your address and do it again the same way we did it last year, compiled a list and created a virtual map so you can have a map of all the yard sale sites. So if you are planning on having a yard sale that weekend, send your address to brigyardsale2016@gmail.com. You will get on the list, and we're starting to create that list right now. So if you're going to have a yard sale, get on that email and let us know your address, brigyardsale2016@gmail.com. Another announcement that this Sunday is Earth Day at the ACUA, and it is a great day. It's a fun day. The Brigantine Green Team will have a table set up there with a few other green teams, and it's fun, family-friendly activity, and it's basically free. So try to get out there for Earth Day. It's fun, and you'll see a lot of Brigantine people at the green team table. There's a beach sweep, another event going on, sponsored by Clean Ocean Action. They do beach sweeps all over the state, and it's April 30th. You have to register at their website, cleanoceanaction.org. And another thing I'd like to mention is that it looks like all Atlantic City Electric customers will be getting a credit on their bill. Is this true, Ed?
I saw that same release.
Yeah. So look at your electric bill in the next month or so, and everyone, all customers, will be receiving a credit. So that's good news.
Thank you, Lisa.
Oh, Ed, can I also mention this? Is this tomorrow, this meeting? Is this open to the public?
It is.
The streetscape meeting? Okay. You did mention that. I'm sorry I didn't catch that. 10 a.m. tomorrow here at City Hall? Okay. So it's an important meeting, I guess, if you want to get more information.
The Cultural Arts Commission is hosting its Jazzy Afternoon. That's this Sunday, 1 o'clock at Laguna. Tickets are $40 if you'd like to come out, and you can contact Mary DeMarco ahead of time if you'd like tickets. Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else?
I'll make a motion.
All right. Seeing no other business before council, I need a motion to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Once again, I want to thank everyone who attended the meeting this evening, and want to thank everyone who tuned in at home to your council at work. Have a good night.